CNS News projects that over 27 million people are currently enslaved and being trafficked into slavery. Many people are unaware of this issue and don't know what they can do about it. Others falsely believe that it's strictly an international issue and that it doesn't go on in the United States. Despite these beliefs, slavery is very much alive in the U.S., and we must, as a society, come together to help spread awareness of slavery and also to change public policy where necessary. Like I said, people are often unaware of the issues going on with slavery, but whenever they do hear about it, usually people are appalled and horrified. These same people often believe there's nothing that they can do, as I said before. While it may be difficult for one person to make a huge difference, as a community and as a society, if we all come together, there are huge strides that can be made that already have been being made. This picture is actually taken at Passion Conference in Atlanta. Passion Conference is a Christian conference that happens annually. This is 60,000 college students outside of the Georgia Dome raising awareness for slavery. This is actually International Plaza in Atlanta, and one thing that's neat about it is the CNN Center overlooks this clearing. And Passion has been doing this the past 2 or 3 years, and CNN has begun asking questions this past couple of years, kind of trying to figure out what's going on. And they actually interviewed Louis Giglio. He's the pastor at Passion City Church in Atlanta, and he began telling the people at CNN about the issues of slavery and that these college kids are trying to raise awareness to help stop it. And through this interview, CNN launched what's now known as the Freedom Project. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But, ways to help. There's End It movement was actually spawned from Passion, but it's not directly related to Passion now. The way that End It movement works is it raises funds and awareness for slavery and different organizations that help combat it. Since February, End It movement has raised over $280,000 to help donate to these different organizations. What's neat about End It movement is it in and of itself isn't a charity, so to speak, but it sponsors other charities that have more specific ways of dealing with the issue. Not for Sale is a certain charity. They mainly work with child slaves, and not only do they go and send a team to rescue them, but they also once they get them, they give them counseling, they get them back on their feet and try to provide jobs for them. And for people that would like a more active role in combating the issue of human trafficking, most all of these organizations, like Not for Sale, International Mission, Justice Missions, Polaris Project, they all have internships that you can apply for. Some of them are short-term, long-term, international and domestic, but for people that want more hands-on work, that's also a definite possibility. Many people are unaware that human trafficking still exists in the United States. Al Jazeera Network did a study and found that slavery in London has almost doubled over the past couple years, but it still hasn't really spread that much to America, and people aren't aware that it is becoming more and more of an issue in the United States. The CNN Freedom Project has projected that between 14,000 and 17,000 people are trafficked into the United States each day. And another organization that End It movement sponsors, the Polaris Project, has been studying many massage parlors, and they project that over 5,000 massage parlors in the United States could be being used as brothels and centers of sex trafficking. If you want to look more into this, there have been a lot of busts at massage parlors recently. There was just a big bust and a few in Tampa. This picture shows 5 different massage parlors in a certain city that were all links to the same ring. And then also in Chicago, there have been a number of busts. Because of this, Polaris Project has formed a 24/7 slavery hotline, and the goal is for people, if they see something suspicious, to give it a call, and the Polaris Project will put together a team and put together the information needed. After hearing this speech, I hope that you all agree that this is a major issue and we all need to come together to help combat modern day slavery and human trafficking. Carl Rogers, a famous American psychologist, once said, "When I look at the world, I'm pessimistic, but when I look at the people in it, I'm optimistic." This is kind of how I feel about slavery. It's such a horrific industry, and it's very pessimistic to think about how broad the issue is, but whenever you look at the organizations and the people behind it, it's easy to see the hope.